Daily questions that build a growth mindset at home. As parents, we all want our children to thrive. We want them to feel confident, resilient, and ready to face the world. But in our modern, achievement-driven culture, it's easy to fall into the trap of focusing on grades, test scores, or how well our child performs in comparison to others. We ask, "How was school today?" and often get a one-word answer, "Fine." Then we might probe, "Did you get a good grade on your test?" Or "Did you win your game?" Without realizing it, our daily conversations can inadvertently send messages that prioritize performance over the invaluable journey of effort and learning. Many parents feel a quiet struggle here. You want to talk about more than just achievements, but you might not know how to shift the conversation. How do you instill a deep understanding in your child that mistakes are not failures, but stepping stones? How do you celebrate their effort when the world seems to only celebrate the outcome? It's a real challenge when we haven't been given the tools ourselves. But what if I told you there's a simple, powerful way to change the narrative in your home, to cultivate a growth mindset with just a few intentional questions each day? This isn't about adding another chore to your already busy life. It's about a subtle, yet profound, shift in the language of connection within your family. By the end of this video, you'll have a small set of nightly questions that will help your child focus less on the fear of failure or the pressure of perfection, and more on the joy of learning, the power of effort, and the wisdom gained from every experience, good or challenging. You are a brain architect, and your daily interactions are literally building your child's brain. Let's build it for growth and resilience. If this idea is resonating with you already, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Wise Parent, and tell me in the comments how old your child is. We are a community here, and your insights help us all. Let's start by understanding what we mean by a growth mindset, because it's so much more than just a buzzword. Imagine your child's brain as a muscle. If they believe their intelligence or talents are fixed, like a bicep that can only get so big, they might avoid challenges, get discouraged by mistakes, and give up easily. This is what we call a fixed mindset. They might think, "I'm just not good at math," or "I'm not a creative person," and that's the end of it. But with a growth mindset, your child understands that their brain, like that muscle, can grow and strengthen with effort, practice, and perseverance. They see challenges as exciting opportunities to learn, mistakes as valuable information, and effort as the key to developing new skills. They embrace the process of becoming, rather than being stuck in the state of being. This fundamental belief profoundly impacts their resilience, their willingness to try new things, and their overall emotional well-being. It helps them build self-worth not based on external validation, but on their own inner strength and ability to learn. Our interactions as parents are crucial in nurturing this mindset, especially in those formative 0 to 5 years when brain architecture is rapidly developing. Every word we choose, every question we ask, every reaction to their successes and struggles creates neural pathways. We are quite literally shaping how their brain perceives learning and challenges. When we prioritize emotional safety above all else, we create an environment where a child feels secure enough to explore, to make mistakes, and to trust that their effort will be seen and valued, regardless of the outcome. Connection, not control, is the foundation. Now, think about the end of your child's school day or after-school activities. What's the first thing you typically ask? For many of us, it's something like, "How was school?" or "What did you do today?" which are perfectly fine questions, but they often lead to generic answers and don't open the door for deeper reflection on effort, learning, or problem-solving. We might then follow up with questions about grades, who they played with, or even what they ate. While these show care, they can subtly miss the opportunity to reinforce the values of growth, learning, and resilience. They focus on the what and who, not the how and why. The pain here is that we often default to these kinds of questions because we genuinely don't know what else to ask. We want to connect, we want to know about their day, but we haven't been equipped with the specific language that fosters a growth mindset. So, let's change that tonight. Here are some powerful daily questions that you can integrate into your routine, perhaps at bedtime, during dinner, or even on the drive home from school. Remember, the goal is not to interrogate, but to invite a natural conversation, to spark reflection, and to celebrate the process, not just the outcome. First, try asking, "What did you learn today?" This shifts the focus immediately from performance to knowledge acquisition. It doesn't matter if they got an A or a C. What matters is what new information entered their world. It could be something academic, like I learned about fractions, or something social, like I learned that my friend likes to share. The key is to validate their learning, big or small. You are showing them that the act of learning is valuable in itself. Second, a powerful question to ask is, when did you do something hard today? Or, what was challenging today? And how did you handle it? This question helps your child identify moments of struggle and, more importantly, reflect on their own resilience and problem-solving skills. It teaches them to see effort as a positive force. Maybe they struggled with a math problem and asked for help, or they found a game difficult but kept practicing. When they share, affirm their effort. Wow, that sounds really tough, and you kept trying. That shows so much grit. This builds their confidence in their own abilities to overcome obstacles. Third, to normalize mistakes and transform them into learning opportunities, ask, what mistake did you make today? And what did you learn from it? This question is a game changer. In a fixed mindset culture, mistakes are often seen as something to hide, to be ashamed of. But a growth mindset teaches us that mistakes are rich sources of information, opportunities for feedback. When you ask this with genuine curiosity and a non-judgmental tone, you create a safe space for your child to be vulnerable. You are teaching them that it's okay to be imperfect, and that true learning often comes from getting things wrong. Share your own mistakes sometimes too. I made a mistake today and I learned that I need to model that emotional intelligence. As parents, we are constantly navigating the line between wanting our children to be happy and wanting them to be challenged. It can feel like a lonely journey sometimes. If you're finding value in these insights and this approach to parenting, please consider sharing this video with another parent who might benefit from hearing it. Your support helps Wise Parent continue to bring these important conversations to more families. Fourth, consider asking, how did you help someone today? Or when did you show kindness or empathy? This question moves beyond self-focused achievement and cultivates social-emotional intelligence. It helps your child recognize their impact on others and value qualities like compassion and service. These are cornerstones of a well-rounded, emotionally intelligent individual, and they contribute to their sense of purpose and connection to the world around them. Fifth, you might ask, what are you proud of today? Not because it was perfect, but because you tried your best or worked hard. This reframes pride away from just flawless outcomes. It teaches children to value their own effort and process. Maybe they weren't the fastest runner, but they ran their hardest. Maybe their drawing wasn't perfect, but they put a lot of creative thought into it. This fosters intrinsic motivation and a deep sense of self-worth that comes from within, rather than relying on external praise or comparison. So, how do you embed these questions into your daily life without it feeling like an interrogation or another item on your to-do list? The key is consistency and a relaxed approach. One excellent time is during your child's bedtime routine. As they're winding down, snuggled in bed, it's a natural moment for quiet reflection and connection. You're already spending that time together, so simply weave in one or two of these questions. It doesn't have to be all 5 every night. Pick one that feels right for the day. Another great opportunity is at the dinner table. Family mealtimes are wonderful for connection. You can even start by modeling it yourself. Today, I learned that, and I felt challenged when you share your own answers, you make it safe and normal for your child to do the same. Remember to keep it short and sweet. You're looking for a conversation starter, not a lengthy analysis. And most importantly, listen actively to their answers. Don't immediately jump in to fix anything or offer solutions unless they explicitly ask for help. Just listen. Validate their feelings and acknowledge their efforts and reflections. That sounds like a tough day. I'm glad you persevered. Or, it sounds like you learned a lot about that today. This shows them that you respect their internal world and their journey of growth. The benefits of this simple shift in conversation are profound and far-reaching. Your child will become more resilient, understanding that challenges are not roadblocks but opportunities to grow. They will develop a deeper sense of intrinsic motivation, driven by a love of learning and personal development rather than fear of failure or desire for external rewards. You'll also notice a stronger connection with your child, as these meaningful conversations build trust and open lines of communication about their inner world. They will gain greater self-awareness and emotional intelligence as they regularly reflect on their experiences and feelings. Ultimately, these questions build genuine confidence, not based on external performance, but on their belief in their own capacity to learn and evolve. It's normal to think, my child won't talk, especially if they're used to giving one-word answers. Be patient. Start small. Perhaps just pick one question and ask it consistently for a week. Model it yourself. Sometimes the seeds of these questions are planted, and the answers may not come immediately, but the process of internal reflection begins. It may take time for them to trust the safety of the conversation. And if you have a child who tends to be hard on themselves, emphasize that mistakes are normal and part of how everyone learns, including you. Remember, you are not a bad parent if these conversations haven't been a natural part of your routine before. Most of us weren't raised with this kind of emotional intelligence or insight into brain development. You are breaking cycles and building something truly wonderful for your child's future. These aren't just questions. They are invitations to a richer, more connected family life, where effort is celebrated, mistakes are embraced, and growth is a daily adventure. Tonight, I encourage you to pick just one of these questions. Maybe, what did you learn today? Or, what was challenging? Ask it with genuine curiosity and an open heart. See what happens. The smallest shifts in our daily interactions can have the most profound impact on our children's lives and their burgeoning growth mindset. If this video has sparked a new idea for you, please like it, subscribe to Wise Parent for more insights, and tell me in the comments which question you plan to ask tonight. And if you're ready to dive deeper into building your child's confidence, make sure to check out our next video on how to praise your child wisely, so it truly builds their inner strength.